We've been out in Arizona for the past couple months, and we went to a Grand Design RV rally down in Tucson last weekend. So while I was there, because everybody's been raving about these, I picked up a couple RV airflow systems for our units. I've got this one for the Mach 8 that's in the front. I bought another one for the Mach 15 in the back. Only difference is the Mach 8 has a metal plate in the top because they shaved this down more. Although the one for the Mach 15 would have worked in both of mine because I replaced the broken Mach 15 with the Mach 8, so I've got the room and the ceiling for the standard. But anyway, so this is what I have here. And you can see today what the airflow is here. I hung a couple ribbons. You can see the movement we have today, but it's 91 degrees out. Up here in the living room in the RV, it's 83 degrees according to the thermostat. So let's go through the install and get this one here put in and see if it makes a difference or not. Everybody brags that they do. They all say they work. So let's find out.
Stay here, no, ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do.
Alright, so to start this install, of course you gotta pull your filters. Of course, if you remember, I run two filters. I run the stock filter. But I just found out the other day they said you should replace this filter here once a year. I'd never heard that before, but they say this filter here should be replaced once a year. I guess it does get blocked, but because this is just really in there as a holding place from my RV filter, I wouldn't bother replacing them. And I think my last RV I had for 10 years, I think all I ever do is take them out and clean them. Alright, so you start with removing the filters, and then we've got 4 screws. So you take the outer cover off, and you take the inner plenum cover off. We're going to turn this off because you need to remove this inner bracket. This inner bracket actually holds your AC to the roof. Alright, so this bracket comes out. It says you want to take out this piece here because we're going to kind of replace this. So if it's taped in, which this one here is, because I retaped it when I had this air conditioner replaced to make sure it was held in. Because if this piece isn't in right where it belongs, it'll also lose a ton of air. This piece here will pull out, and you want to make sure you remove any excess tape that's in here. If you don't, it'll definitely rattle when you get this thing going. Alright, so this inner shield is out, and the extra tape it had on. Says you want to run a test fit. So you want to put the lag bolts up through, like so. You want to make sure the lag bolts will fit in place. So it says if the bolts don't go back in, what you have to do is move the air conditioner. Alright, so I got my nephew to come over to help me move this air conditioner. Only took a couple minutes to find the right spot for it. So from here, we've got to put these plastic vent pieces in. They go here into the plenum. So what you want to do is trim out the excess foil to make this hole a little bit bigger to put these in. You also wrap these start at the back here, just work your way right around it. And then this goes up and flattened against the back. So what you want to do is take this tape off the outside. Goes in that duct. Again, you can see all the excess here. Just want to cut this out. Like so. You take your airflow, it goes up in between. Up in like so. And you want to put your brackets back on. Hardest part again is just finding those holes back. Got lucky on that one, hit it right away. I'm going to go cross corner so the bracket is held up for me. There, I've got two hands to use. That gives me two hands to use to find this one. I think we got it. Look at that. Alright, so you want to get these to where they're just snug. And then 20 inch, which is roughly 5 to 6 turns. So there's 1, 2, 3. You want to make sure you don't over tighten these, because if they're too loose, the air conditioning won't seal. If they're too tight, the air conditioner won't seal. And if it doesn't seal, you're going to get water in the next rain down through it. I think I might go get a torque wrench. Just to verify it. But that's all there is to putting one of these in. So, biggest part was just getting help to move that air conditioner and locate the holes on this one when the bedroom went right in. Alright, so before I showed this ribbon how much it was moving. Look at the difference in the airflow. I haven't put the covers on yet. You can really see this ribbon's totally moving now. So this should be your finished assembly. Of course, you gotta put your filters back in, but it's just the outside cover, no airflow shield. And actually doing that, I can feel that actually increased the airflow a little more. So for my own peace of mind, I went out and bought a torque wrench that measures in inches. Because these bolts here that hold the air conditioner to the roof should be at 20 inch-pounds. So this was $20 over to Harbor Freight. Figured it was worth it for the peace of mind. Which evidently I'm thinking was a good thing. So you can see how much more that turned after I'd hand tightened it before. I didn't use my cordless on it, which everybody says, oh, use your cordless and just go, but you don't want to over tighten because you'll start crushing the roof down. So definitely, I would definitely suggest you pick up this handy little torque wrench. This measures in inches. If you look on the side here, it says inches. And you set it to 20 and just tighten these down. I feel a lot better now. I know that's nice, tight, and secure. So I want to show you this since we put the RV airflows in. If you remember my first video on the RV air filters, when I set these in, one side would flop. Right, because it used to just be the intake was over here, and this here was part of the output. But now, just look at the RV air flow in. Too many RV air things. But those filters just go right up. I don't even have to hold them in place anymore. So now you can just set them in, make sure they fit properly. That alone just shows you the RV air flow, that we've taken this whole thing now, and this now is all pulling air into the unit, versus before we had the divider plate here, so only this half was pulling air. So you can just see just the RV airflow units in alone, how much more air we're pulling into the units versus what we used to. I won't say we doubled our input capacity, but we've definitely brought it way up. And of course, these vents don't do anything. These would draw more air if you open these, but it would not be filtered, so I just keep those closed. But most definitely, I recommend the RV airflows, and I recommend these RV air filters. The two of them together, I think we've got the best air conditioning units on the market. Just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's true, just my opinion. So I hope our Working Wednesday videos are helping you out. So they're definitely helping me. I'm getting a lot of projects done since I started doing this, and I've still got a few more to go. So as always, we hope to see you on the road.